decision?
I mean, I thought I won by split decision, like, it's a close fight, but I thought I won.
And Manny, like he has throughout his whole entire career, does a great job with 30 seconds left or even the 10-second clapper of throwing flurries, and the crowd reacts and steals rounds.
Manny Pacquiao, was history robbed by this decision? Because we've seen bad decisions, we've seen them before. They don't cost somebody the way it cost Manny Pacquiao. That would have been historic, and we get a draw instead.
Following Manny Pacquiao's majority draw against Mario Barrios on July 19th, reports have emerged claiming that Pacquiao leaked evidence of judges tampering with the fight's outcome. Although no official documentation or verified statements have confirmed these allegations, the boxing world is already abuzz with speculation.
But Manny Pacquiao, was history robbed by this decision? Because we've seen bad decisions, we've seen them before. They don't cost somebody the way it cost Manny Pacquiao. That would have been historic, and we get a draw instead. What's your opinion?
Everyone's screaming robbery, and I understand. I mean, the nostalgia of watching Manny Pacquiao go out there and do what he did. I mean, he was absolutely incredible for his age. In terms of, was he incredible for Manny Pacquiao? No, because Manny from 10 years ago, I think, would ice Barrios in one round. But this version of Manny Pacquiao, which it was so amazing to watch. I mean, what a legend. For him to be able to do what he did at this advanced age, come back from a 4-year hiatus, hasn't fought in 4 years, step right into a 12-round.
Awful loss, by the way.
Awful loss, and look that damn good. And listen, I know you're gonna be like, oh, he didn't, he looked okay. Barrios didn't look good at all. Doesn't matter. Against Ugas, he didn't look good. Pacquiao looked bad in the Ugas fight. He looked good in this fight. So I don't know. I'm over the moon for Manny Pacquiao. His ability to do what he did at this stage of his career, the fact that he always comes back, he's always looking for the biggest challenges.
Fans, analysts, and Pacquiao himself have criticized the scoring of the bout. One judge awarded Barrios a 115-113 victory, while the other two scored it a 114-114 draw, despite a widespread consensus that Pacquiao had the clear edge after 12 rounds. The circulating rumors hold any truth, such as leaked internal communications or discrepancies in the scorecards. The controversy could erupt into a full-blown scandal, casting serious doubt on the integrity of the judging system. At Las Vegas's MGM Grand,
this fight against Mario Barrios was a bit of a roller coaster ride because, it looked for a minute there like this could have been an Ugas situation and Manny was going to look a little sad. Trying to get on my scorecard here, it was not a hard fight to score. I'll tell you that one right now, because first round, obviously a Manny Pacquiao round. Barrios didn't even throw didn't throw punches. Second round was a little closer, but I still thought Pacquiao had the action. And my thinking going into this is why I bet on Pacquiao. I've been to a couple Barrios fights in Vegas. I've seen him fight on a couple of cards, a Canelo card, Benavidez card. I've interviewed Barrios at least twice, I think maybe 3 times. Really good dude, San Antonio, super solid. A bigger welterweight, but has had some tough goes when he stepped up in competition. Gervonta Davis fight comes to mind.
While debates continue over punch stats and Pacquiao's aggression, much of the spotlight has turned to Mario Barrios' underwhelming performance. The younger champion showed little urgency and struggled to maintain a solid defense, leaving many fans baffled by his lack of assertiveness. Barrios failed to take control of the ring or dictate the pace, prompting speculation that he may have been overly cautious, perhaps even intimidated by Pacquiao's legendary status and veteran presence. In the end, his passive, risk-averse approach left many questioning whether he did enough to earn even a draw.
So yeah, everybody, so this is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So yeah, everybody, Manny Pacquiao, this ended in a draw. So yeah, it was a good fight, very good fight. I thought Pacquiao edged it. Based off, I don't know, maybe eye-catching work, but Barrios was, I would say, was slipping away halfway through 6-7, around that there, and then he came back in the last couple of rounds, but in the same time, I think Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. But it was a great fight, everybody. Manny Pacquiao looked far from done in this fight. He looked fantastic, looked like Father Time didn't beat him, and he was quite impressive tonight. And more impressive than the expedition he did face in Japan not too long ago. So it was a great fight. Unfortunately, there was no win put down to either fighter. It was a draw. Second draw for Barrios too. His last draw was from the Abdul Ramos. So, yeah. So this was a great fight, everybody. What do you guys think about it? I thought it was a very, very good fight. And yeah.
Former two-time welterweight champion Sean Porter, who has first-hand experience with Pacquiao from their sparring sessions, didn't mince words in his reaction. He argued that awarding rounds to Barrios was nearly impossible, stating, "It was really hard for me to give Mario rounds. I don't feel like Mario took control or took charge at any point. If you had a meter, it was swinging Manny's way the whole time." Porter slammed the judge's decision as outright incompetence, adding, "These judges don't understand this level of boxing. This is Harvard, this is Yale, they're not even in high school." He ended with a blunt admission, "I don't trust judges." Porter's fierce critique echoes the broader sentiment that Pacquiao's performance warranted a decisive win, not a controversial majority draw.
What do you think about the overall matchup?
Everything, man. I watched him train like last week or the week before, and amazing to see him still move and bounce and do all the same things that he was doing in camp years ago when I was with him. So he's still locked in. He's still him, Crazy, but he is. You know what they say, man. The last thing to go is that power.
Listen, we've seen Manny on the end of bad decisions before. Timothy Bradley, excuse me. Jeff Horn fight, Shout out to Tim. I know how you feel about that. Family. But this is what he's got to deal with. You can't go through a camp, do what you just did right there. We saw all the heart, everything that we've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized. Came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient, find openings and things of that nature. I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw. I think that there was a lot more that he could have done. But the main thing is the style that he chose to box was actually a good style to use against Manny Pacquiao. They were saying that they were going to come right to the middle of the ring, and they did. But they came to the middle of the ring, and then they circled, they moved, they worked behind the jab. Not enough jabs, not enough of everything for Mario.
Veteran trainer and boxing analyst Teddy Atlas offered a more measured perspective on the Pacquiao-Barrios decision. Speaking on his show after closely reviewing the fight, Atlas described it as a tightly contested bout with several close rounds. While acknowledging that some fans may have felt Pacquiao was robbed, he maintained that the draw was a fair and reasonable outcome. Atlas noted that Pacquiao showed signs of age early on, stumbling a bit, as might be expected from a 46, eventually found his rhythm. Though he admitted the fight could have been scored in Pacquiao's favor, he pushed back against claims of a blatant robbery. In Atlas's view, the draw didn't violate any sense of justice. Instead, it accurately reflected the highly competitive nature of the match.
Fight, Chava?
115, 113 for Pacquiao.
Me too. So why did the judges get it wrong? Every fighter, Teofimo Lopez is 9-3, Sean Porter had Pacquiao. How did they get it a draw?
I don't know. I just talked with Mario Barrios, and he told me he was very difficult for him to trying to figure out the Manny Pacquiao style. And Manny Pacquiao feel that he won. Obviously, everyone right there feel that they won. And let's see what's happening. I don't know, with the rematch
or Mayweather or Rolly or Tank.
A lot of options for Manny Pacquiao. That he's a great fighter. He's an unbelievable sportsman. So
the best.
It's incredible. Has been incredible, and it's a big surprise, big and nice surprise to see Manny Pacquiao at the 46 looking right there.
Amazing, and it's good for boxing.
Absolutely.
It's great. Thank you so much, Chava.
Jim Gray also voiced sharp criticism in the aftermath of the Pacquiao-Barrios majority draw, stating unequivocally that Pacquiao won the fight and calling the result a disgrace to the sport. He pointed to Pacquiao's effective aggression, cleaner, power shots, and superior ring generalship as clear indicators of his dominance. Gray expressed deep frustration that the judges failed to recognize what was obvious to most viewers. His reaction echoed the sentiments of many boxing analysts and fans who felt the decision was not only questionable but flat-out unjust. Veteran boxer turned analyst Fernando Vargas shared his frustration over the Pacquiao-Barrios draw but ultimately conceded that the judge's decision was technically fair. In a reaction clip, Vargas praised Pacquiao's performance and pointed to the crowd's clear belief that Manny had won. However, he also acknowledged that Barrios finished strong in the later rounds, which, on paper, could justify the draw. while disappointed, particularly given Pacquiao's legendary status. Vargas said he respected the official scorecards and noted that the split opinions among ringside observers reflected the close nature of the fight. Critics continue to highlight corruption in boxing as a persistent and deeply frustrating issue, especially when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. The majority draw in the Pacquiao-Barrios fight has sparked widespread dissatisfaction, with many viewing it as yet another instance of the sport letting its fans down. According to their analysis, Pacquiao was clearly ahead after 9 rounds, with Barrios only winning 2 of the final 3, making the draw difficult to justify. Critics argue that decisions like this damage the sport's credibility and deny both fighters and fans the fair outcomes they deserve. Many also point out that Pacquiao has been on the wrong end of controversial scorecards too often, calling for greater accountability and reform within the judging system.